What's up? I'm Jacob Blitzo, your Elixir mentor. Today we will start creating our first live view for our Create a Gist view. We will get the live view module set up and the beginning pieces to our heeks template started. If we go ahead and look at our designs here, let me just pull those up. Our goal will be to render this view as the first view to load, and we're going to aim just to implement this top gradient banner with this title, instantly share Elixir code notes and snippets. So let's go ahead and just jump right into our project. I'm going to open that up with VS Code here. And let's go ahead and expand the lib directory, Elixir Gist web, and expand our live directory. So we're going to create our live view module inside of the live directory. Let's go ahead and right click and create a new file. And we can call this file create_gist_live.ex. And then we make it a def module. Okay, so we make it a def module just like we do any other module. And now to make it a live view, we need to use Elixir gist web, comma, and then we need a colon, and we need to implement live_view here. And that is what makes this module a live view now. Live views have three typical callback functions: mount, render, and handle event. So let's go ahead and start with mount. And so we make it a function, and it's def mount, and then opening parentheses. And this takes three arguments. The first one is params. And this is a map containing query parameters and router parameters, but we aren't going to worry about it right now. So we can put an underscore in front of it. We're not going to use it. And the next is session. And what session is it's just a map with session data. And this is also something we don't need to worry about. So let's throw an underscore in front of it. And now the third is we have a socket. And socket is a struct where the live view state is stored. We will be assigning key value pairs to this in a later video, but for now we can just have mount return our tuple. So let's finish off this function. And right now, so mount just needs to return a tuple with an OK atom and socket. And now we have our render, which we could add to our live view module like this. So def render. And you pass in assigns, and then you would do, do, and inside here, we would do the H sigle with three quotations and then close it. And all of our HTML could go in between these if we wanted them to. So assigns contains our state fields and flash data. And if you remember, flash data is where we store our errors that make the toast pop up from our socket struct. Now, this is nice to do if our HTML template is short. For us, we're going to create our own heeks file that is separate from the live view module. So let's delete this function. And as long as we follow naming convention of our module with the extension of .html.heeks, the render function will automatically invoke this file without us adding it to the live view module. So let's create a new file named create_gist_live.html.heeks. And now we can add our HTML like we're used to here. And let's start with adding, less than dot flash underscore group space flash equals, and then we want to pass in our flash field here. So at flash, and this is pulling straight out of our assigns parameter in our socket. So we have access to everything in our assigns because that is our application state. Okay, and then let's just close off this tag here. And so this will call our error toasts and make sure all of that is available in this view. So now let's create a div for our gradient. And inside the opening div tag here, we can add some classes. And so class equals and then opening and closing parentheses. And we're going to make this a flex box, and it's going to go all the way across the container. And then any items inside, we want to center. And then we also want to do a justify center, so they're center on the Y. Now that we need to create our gradient, and since we're going to use it on multiple views, let's hop over to our app.css, which is in assets, CSS, app CSS, and right underneath our @font face, let's go ahead and create a new class for our gradient. So .em-gradient, and then opening and closing parentheses or curly braces. And then we want to add a background image. Inside of the background image, or what we want to set is we want to call the linear gradient function here. And this takes a couple arguments. The first one is the direction of the gradient, and we want it to go from top to bottom. So we do to bottom here. And then we're going to add 4 colors that spread across the gradient. This is just going from our theme purple to black. So we can just go through the gradient colors on our designs, but I have them written down, so I'm just going to type them here. So that's hashtag, and then we add our hex colors. So 631A61, that is our top purple color. And then we picked another purple color in between that and black, right? So we're going to just do hashtag 551653. And now we're going to pick one that's a little closer to black. And that's going to be hashtag 34E33. 340E33. And see, that's like kind of a gray, or, you know, not quite black, not too purple. So 340E33. And now we're going to do our black color, which is 010101. There we go. And for now, let's just create a static height. Now, this is probably something we will change when we make it mobile friendly, but this will be enough for now with our web application. So we're going to make it 225 pixels tall. And now if we save this, let's go ahead and add this to our HTML, our div class here, right in front of Flex. We can call em-gradient. Now we can save it. And now, before we add our title, we should spin up our project to make sure everything is working. So let's make sure our Docker Postgres container is running. Let's pull that up. Oh, mine is not, so I'm going to press run there. And now it's running. And now let's open up our terminal and CD into our project. Mine is in Documents, Develop, Elixir Mentor, and then Elixir Gist is the project. And now if we go ahead and do mix phx.server, that will spin things up. And there we go, we are running. And now we can go ahead and just go to our local host, local host 4000. And we don't see anything. So there is a few things that we need to do. We created our live view, and we created a heeks template that can be rendered. So, but we need to route towards our new live view. So let's go ahead and open up our router.ex file. And we're going to require a user to be authenticated to use our Elixir Gist project at all. So we're going to put it inside the scope, which goes through the require authenticated user pipeline. So that's right here in this live session. So right above users and settings, we can add live and then opening quotations / and we'll call this create, and then close those quotations, comma, and now we want to call our create gist a live def module, and then save it. And I just want to make sure it didn't import it at the top. because it's been doing that. So delete that. I have to fix that. I've been complaining about it for over a year. So now that we have our route added, we're not quite ready for this to work though. So we have to go into our controllers and open up our page controller. And right here, you can see that we're currently rendering the static home HTML file, which is blank. We deleted everything in it in a previous video. But now we have our new live view that we can redirect home to. And that new live view is our create route that we just created in router. So /create. So if we go back into our page controller, we can delete everything right here. And we can do a redirect, pass in the construct, and then comma, and we want to redirect to, so to colon, and then space, and then inside of 2 double quotation marks, /create. And then go ahead and make sure those quotations are closed and you close off the parentheses. And now if we save it, now we should see our gradient under our navigation bar. So let's pull up. Oh, so we're required to sign in. And that's good. That's what we want. Ignore this. This is ugly. We'll fix it in a future video. So Jacob at elixirmentor.com. And then my password is Elixir Mentor. Typo. Elixir Mentor. So sign in. And so there we are. We're authenticated. And now you see our gradient underneath our navigation bar. So that's pretty cool. Let's get this video wrapped up by adding our title inside the gradient. So let's jump back over to our Create Gist Live heeks template. And inside our div here, we want to create a H1 tag. So H1, and then in between here, we can write, instantly share Elixir code, comma, notes, comma, and snippets. All right, so now if we save that and go back to our view, all right, we can see it. It's not pretty, and it should be white, it should be bigger, and it should be our brand font. So let's go ahead and just add a class to our H1 tag. So class equals, and then opening, closing, double quotation marks. And so in the middle here, we want to do font-brand. So that uses our work sans font. I think that was our font, whatever font we added. I don't remember. And then we want it to be bold. So font bold. And then we want text to be pretty large. So we're going to do text-3XL. And so that'll make it pretty big. Let's see here. We want our text to be white. Let's save this and see how it looks. So that's looking pretty good. So we got our first live view to render and implemented our gradient and page title banner at the top. Moving forward, we will implement our form with some validation and actually insert data into our database. As always, if you want to check out the solutions, check out that GitHub link in the description below. Join my Discord server, Elixir Mentor, if you have questions or just want to hang out and chat. That link is in the description as well. If you want to learn how to build scalable, production-ready, full-stack, and REST API solutions, hit that subscribe button now. I'm Jacob Blitzo, your Elixir Mentor. See you in the next video.